everybody, and welcome to the Side Hustle Playbook. This is Oscar once again, and in today's video I wanted to do a follow-up on the video I did regarding Fiverr. So for those that haven't watched previous videos, basically trying to generate some extra income during this pandemic period, went in and looked at basically starting a Fiverr business and seeing how much money I could generate there, doing design services and things like that. So in the first episode or the first show that I did, we kind of looked it over, and I believe I hit the 400 or 500 mark. So I wanted to give a quick follow-up on where I'm at today. And this is after about maybe 3-4 months of actually on the service, responding, getting customers, and things like that. And then I also want to go into some of the things that I've learned, some hard lessons that I've learned, just like with any other platform. But we'll go over those issues in a bit. So let me go ahead and bring up a quick screenshot. So at this time, I've basically hit almost $1,400 in earnings, doing 55 total orders. Now, one of the good things that I think I've done is my average selling price is definitely getting higher. So per order, we're starting to see a bit more money coming in, which has been really nice. Again, wasn't easy to get there though. I did have to start off from the very beginning doing a lot of lower level sales, like the $5 type of stuff. And of course, that's going to bring your average selling costs down when you start there. But I definitely needed to do that, with the competition already on the platform, so many folks already offering the services that I was offering. It made it, pretty clear that I needed to do something at least to stand out and get those initial orders. Once I did that, the focus was on giving a very good customer service, getting the designs out that exactly what they needed, and basically, under promising, over delivering type of thing. So each one of the folks that received logos or whatever other type of design that they requested was extremely happy with it, and I think realized as well that they got a really good deal for the $5 or $10 or things like that. So that was step one. Then that started getting me my feedback. Once my feedback started going up and folks were buying my gigs, I started seeing more orders coming through. And once we started kind of getting to that point is when I started adjusting things on my gigs, making sure that kind of looking at what other folks were doing and what they were charging for. And again, initially I was undercharging, and that was okay, just because I was trying to build this business and build my account. So once I started adjusting, once I started offering more revisions, things like that, is where I started seeing that the dollar count was going up. And that's where it becomes, for that $5 mark, it's a very basic, quick logo or design or whatever you're needing. It's going to be very basic, very few color options, things like that. As you get into the higher levels of my gigs, then you're going to get a lot more flexibility as a customer, way more revisions, things like that. And then that's kind of where I started seeing the folks were starting to go for the higher gigs, trying to get exactly what they wanted. But again, for $5, people were still jumping on stuff and going that route. So again, overall, $33.28 right now is my average selling price, which has been good, with 55 total orders. So right now I'm on Fiverr, I'm considered level 1, so that's one step above a regular seller. I need to hit the 2,000 mark to be able to be considered a level 2 seller. And then that's when you can start promoting things. If you wanted to promote your gigs, if you wanted to do a little bit more on the platform, you can definitely do that once you get to the level 2 seller. So almost there. Do get some work to do, but other than that, let me go over some of the lessons learned, like we talked about, already. Um, some of the things that I learned, and it's with any platform. It's never your business, right? It's not your, if you're selling on eBay or if you're selling on Amazon, at the end of the day, Amazon could make a change, eBay could make a change that really affects your business or the amount of money that's coming in for you. So you always want to be aware of that. You always want to be aware that at any moment anything can change. So that's why I do like to have different, gigs going on, whether it's Amazon, whether it's eBay, print on demand. That's why I have kind of my foot in just about, everything that you could do as a side gig, because I know that at any moment anything can change with one of those, and you could lose that stream of income. So you don't want to be, or at least in my opinion, you don't want to be 100% all in on one, because things can change pretty quick. So let me give you something that I learned on Fiverr. Again, I had never dealt with them before as a seller. So, like eBay, like Amazon, they do 100% protect the buyer. They're going to protect the buyer at all costs. But I did have one instance, and this is where basically, and it was on a $5 purchase. The customer basically gave very vague request. We reached out, again, didn't give us really good detail on what they were looking for, but that's okay, that happens. So what we did is, gave them a couple designs, came back to us and was like, or came back to me and was like, you know what, no, this is like horrible, go back to the drawing board. So you're like, okay, well, again, no feedback, no, hey, if you could do this, or I'm looking more for this, nothing like that. We even asked for, hey, is there any examples of stuff out there that could definitely help us? And just got nothing, like, which seemed like, almost like, like, did not want to really work with us. It was just like, it was almost trying to set us up to fail, it felt like. So, anyways, we go ahead and we try again. I go ahead and try again, give them a couple different samples, and the feedback was like, yeah, this is the direction I want to go. I'm like, great. Again, they're still got revisions, and it's a $5 order, but I'm still, doing my best to try to get them exactly what they want, to the point where I even told them, I think the listing, for $5, I give 3 revisions. I knew we were way off. I knew that, we were way off on, kind of what he was looking for. So I even told the guy, hey, you just keep telling me what you need fixed and I'll keep fixing it, basically almost giving him unlimited revisions. So give him another revision, kind of off the feedback, basically where he was saying, hey, this is a look, this is what I'm looking for. And then boom, closes the gig, basically approves it. But so I'm like, oh, okay, he liked it, great. But he ends up writing a horrible review on me, basically saying, giving me a 1 star, which, it's a 1 to 5 star scale that Fiverr uses. To this point, I had been 5 stars every single time, and after this guy, I've been 5 stars every single time. But the point here is that, you're going to get that on eBay, you're going to get that. What I am a little salty on when it comes to this platform is, as a seller, I felt like I really wasn't protected, and here's why. We basically, I get the 1 star. He leaves a review basically accusing me of not designing my own stuff, right? Which is a lie. But to me, as a potential buyer, if I see that, I'm going to skip my profile. Like, he's basically trying to trash my reputation now, which to me was a bit unfair. And also where I can't, reply. It's just like, it just has to sit there. So in my opinion, that's not a fair, you can't accuse somebody of something, in my opinion, unless you really knew that's what they're doing, right? And, for me, though, I just didn't like the fact that they were basically trying to trash my reputation. If you don't like the design, you don't like the design, no problem. And I even told them, hey, we could refund you, not a problem at all. We'll give you your $5 back. But this person closed it, accepted the design, then trashed us with trashed me with a 1-star review, right? And then went to Fiverr directly to request a refund or a cancellation. So then that basically dings my account. I went to Fiverr directly, talked to them about the situation, and they agreed, yeah, that's not really fair, but unfortunately, that's just our policy. You're gonna get the mark. Just don't do business with that person again, and away you go. So, and again, my argument to them was like, they can 100% hate the design. They could say I'm not a good designer. That's all fun and fair. But when you're saying that I'm using, other people's material, basically like I'm cheating, right? Like I am a comic that's taking other people's jokes. In the design community, that's not good. Like if you're doing like that type of stuff, and that's not what I do. Everything I do is original. Again, you may or may not like it, and that's okay. But it wasn't that they didn't like the design, it was that they were accusing me of basically cheating. And that was the issue that I had. And, again, I went to Fiverr and I said, hey, can you remove, I don't care if you remove the 1-star. You can leave it at 1-star. It's just that comment is going to hurt, and it's, it's baseless, and it's, they're basically lying. So going back and forth, went up a couple levels on Fiverr, and each time it was, nope, sorry, we can't do it. So with eBay and Amazon, I have been in those situations before where it's a bad claim from the buyer, or they trash you or things like that. And eBay has always removed it. Looking at my reputation, looking at what I've done, so I was a little disappointed with Fiverr on that front. So just be aware, and I believe you get like 2 to 3 strikes and that's it, and they take you off. So at that point, I made a decision I'm still going to use Fiverr, I'm still going to sell, I'm still going to offer my services for the time being. Like I said, we're making some, decent money, it's extra cash, but I'm not going to focus on building it to the point that I thought I was initially. I'm going to focus more on my own website and trying to offer services directly through that and seeing how that goes. So, that's again, the same thing with eBay. eBay could make a change that really affects my business. On Amazon, folks that have sold on Amazon, especially FBA, know how often that can happen if you've done merch by Amazon as well. They can change pricing, they can change terms at any moment. It's their platform, it's their sandbox. We're playing in it. I really decided that, for this, I do like the designing. It's fun. I get a lot of joy out of it, and, we can make good money off of it. But I've decided that, I still want to keep doing it. I'll still keep using Fiverr for the meantime. But I need to figure out a way to sell it on my own website, drive customers to my website, and figure out ways to generate that business where I can do it without having to worry about being banned on a platform or something like that. So whatever business you do, it's always best if you do it on your own, and we'll talk about that. That's something that I also learned on the print-on-demand aspect as well, and in future videos we'll go through that. So in future videos I will work on, and I'll show you the process that I use for this. As far as setting up a website and trying to get it to be able to take orders and design orders and see how that plays. I've never done it before. I know it can be done through WordPress and some other there's other providers out there, so I'll definitely work on getting that done, and it'll be something that I'll be learning on the way along with you guys. So I'll definitely share my journey there. But again, if you're using Fiverr, or if you're using any other third-party service, just remember that you are playing on their platform. Other than that experience, and what I've learned, another piece that I've learned through Fiverr or selling on Fiverr is that my $5 customers have been a lot tougher to deal with, to make happy than the folks I'm charging $50 for an order. Or even I have a gig that's $75 for some reason, and I think it's, and it's true with just about any platform, any business that you're in, for some reason, when you sell at that lower cost, sometimes you run into more problems and it's not even worth it. So since that customer, I went ahead and raised my prices a little bit just to kind of get folks that are a little bit more serious. But that also understand this, more, I'm going to be working more with folks that might have a business or starting a business and kind of understand, how to work together. At the end of the day, like I always tell everybody that purchases a gig from me, at the end of the day, I'll keep working on it. Even if you buy a gig and I gave you 5 revisions or 9 revisions, at the end of the day, I want you to be happy. So I'm going to do, if it means a couple extra revisions to get you happy, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm all about customer service. Same thing on eBay, same thing on Amazon. It's one of those things that, if you really want to start looking at getting into the Shopifys and Etsy, customer service is huge. So just be aware of that. But like I said, overall, we're doing okay on Fiverr. I did notice sales have gone down, like ever since that initial bad review, and even since then I've had like maybe 10 to 15 reviews that have been added to my profile, all 5 stars, great reviews. But that one review is killing me. It's just the amount of work I was getting and requests, questions about, could we do this for them? Could we do that? Has gone way down since that one review. So, that guy, accomplished his mission for a bit. He definitely hurt our business. But again, not going to keep it down, not going to keep me down. We'll figure out other ways. But again, I wish that Fiverr would look at, when you have good sellers, protecting your sellers as well, and just being fair. Again, it's always going to be an opinion issue. So if, to me, if you don't like it and you want to give me a 1 star, that's fine. But when you start, trying to bash us or, trash me, that's where it gets a little tough to handle. So anyways, that's it for today. I will be working on a perm demand video that's be coming up hopefully within the week. So look out for that. We'll start going over all that cool stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a message here on YouTube. You can always hit up our website at sidehustleplaybook.biz and ask questions there. And until then, stay safe out there, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.